Welcome back, folks. Now, recently, we have a month-long event called Top Tankers. So this is where you get the top XP earned out of 5 consecutive matches, whatever the crap, doesn't matter. So blah. Next up is the 121B for Clan Wars. So this is the special tier 10 Chinese medium tank that I already covered last year, so a year and a half ago. But what I really think about what's really happening with World of Tanks is the developers are losing sight of their main objective for 2016. So if you remember what happened at the beginning of the year, so they said that 2016 was meant for fixing all the problems and blah blah blah. We're going to introduce the sandbox and all the good crap. Look what happened. They said that they're going to introduce the second iteration of the sandbox like last month for this month. Nothing happened, man. Sandbox is a total fail. You have a lot of events for special crew. So what I really want to talk about for this video is the try-hardiness, if that's a term, for World of Tanks. So World of Tanks is mostly geared towards rewarding top tier players or unicum players. So players with high efficiency or high performance. So the unicums, the best of the best. But what about the other spectrum? What about the casuals? That's your main player base. So what happened to the sandbox? No results. We gave up. That's basically what happened. So the rewarding systems for the casual players are crap. The personal missions are mostly for the unicums, right? Because you have to do the best out of the best. There's no accomplishments or milestone achievements for World of Tanks. So the reward system for the casual players is crap. There's no reward system. So you will get bored of playing the game once you reach unlocking all the vehicles. So like me, once you unlocked most of the vehicles and you play enough of the high tier matches, you will get bored because there's nothing to do. And if you're a casual player, if you're a tomato or lemon player, often you get crapped on by other players like the unicums, and you get insulted because you're bad at the game. It's fine that you're bad at the game, but the other players do not think so. So I hate that about the game. I hate that you do not get unlockables or achievements. That means that you're dedicated to the game, but you're not that great at the game, but you still like to play. You don't get rewarded for that. That sucks, right? Whereas for the tryhards, you get all the crap in the world. You get M60 patents, you get VK7201Ks, or the tanker mission thing, the top tanker mission crap, whatever. So what about the normal players? What about the casual players? No reward system, no advancement or milestone achievements for those players, which sucks. And once you reach a high tier level, once you reach unlocking a lot of the vehicles, you get bored, right? Because the toxicity of the unicums or the blue players that tells you to get good. Dude, I suck at the game, fine. Stop crapping on me, right? So it's super annoying from, the high tier players. You don't get advancement, you don't get unlockables, there's no progression. And the other players are getting all the crap, like the tryhards. So today we'll take a look at the tryhards and the casuals with the reward system. So rewards are mostly oriented towards performance. You get the most kills, the most XP, damage in, and you get the rewards. So the environment for World of Tanks is mostly focused on performance, such as win percent rate, WN8 or EFF, and your ratings. So rewards are oriented towards exceptional battle performance, such as your personal missions, the clan wars, the tournaments, the marathon missions, and the recent events with the top tankers crap. So where is the casual focus? The casual players are your main goal of dedicating your game to, because that's the main group of your player base, and you're ignoring them. You're ostracizing them. Ostracized, that's a fancy word. But yeah, you're like putting them off and rewarding tryhards. You don't need to. Tryhards are a very specific group, a small group compared to the the tragically big casuals. So the whole, what the frick? So don't forget that those who play the games in a casual manner, you only focus on tryhards. Why don't you reward the milestones of the normal players or players who are not that good? Not everybody is good at the game. So how are you going to retain and keep casual players if they get bored at a high tier level and if they feel that there's no personalization with the whole game? Your tank feels like any other tank. It's the same looking tank with the same stuff, whatever. So in my honest opinion, there's no milestone appreciation or achievements for the game. So for the 5th anniversary event that happened in April of this year, some people rumored that we could get the Object 244 IS prototype at tier 6 if we play the game for 5 years. So that's like some sort of milestone that you get appreciation reward based off of it. Nope, we got some personal reserves and an LTP, which we already got if we played the game long enough. So what the frick, right? But why are casual players so important? Well, it's your main core of your player base. Not everybody is a unicum or a tryhard. So these are the normal players who want to have a good time, but they're not that great at the game, right? So casual players are still normal players. They have money as well, so money's the same, right? So the casuals also spread and recommend the game faster than any other tryhards or advertisements. So take a look at League of Legends, Counter-Strike Go. If you have friends who want to play with you, then they actually promotes the game by word of mouth. So that's a lot more effective than any advertisement, right? So it's not always casuals are, that rough. I mean, they're sometimes good at the game, but still, don't crap on them, right? So also, casuals are more approachable and easygoing than most tryhards. So not always, but most of the time. So it contributes to toxicity, such as, oh, tomatoes, stop playing, or why you keep griefing us, whatever, AFK players, blah, blah, blah. All the toxicity in the comment section are from the difference between the skill levels. So that sucks. Also, casuals discover more mistakes and perform more unorthodox moves that are more entertaining than tryhards, right? So it's more entertaining to watch casual players. May not be beneficial to your winning the game, but still. But what I'm trying to say is, no casual players means no game. That's your main core. That's your main player base. And you're not catering towards them. That's what really sucks about it. You have your events, your marathon missions, your top tankers event, your clan wars, and yet none of them focus on the casual players of retaining their dedication to the game. None whatsoever. So how to retain and reward casual players? So rewarding is also dedicated to tryhards as well, so everybody benefits. Now, player retention is the main goal of all free-to-play MMOs. Doesn't matter if it's League of Legends, Hawken, Crossout, what's the other one? I totally forget the name. Planet Side 2, or Blacklight Retribution, or Tom Clancy's whatever the crap. So everybody needs to keep their player base in order to get more players in, as well as getting more, money. Simple enough, but this is achieved by different contents, bug fixes, reward system, personalization, progress, blah, 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 blah. You can read the list. But World of Tanks severely lacks personalization and reward system for the casual players. So there's a certain stigma about rewarding of participation because bots could do it, effortless and AFK players. But let's reward players based on milestones and achievements for dedicating their time to the game rather than participating in the game. So let's also mix it up as well. So combine rewards with personalization. So you already loved a lot of the concept, a lot of the games with strong personalization and customization because it defines you. You're playing your tank. You're not playing anybody else's tank. So that's very important, right? So This is my gun. My gun's like any others, but it's mine. So you know the same, blah, blah, blah. But let's revamp and update the medal system or the achievement system for dedication to the game. So the only true example of rewards or personalization combo is the marks of excellence. But this is also try-hard based because you have to get to the top 95%, not 20%, 90% of the damage, whatever. So still try-hard oriented. But here, take a look at all the badges and achievements. And these are all useless. So you get the medals, the special medals with clan wars, with the events, all useless, squandered potential. Pointless, but you waste time doing it. So 4 different mastery badge, pointless, doesn't show a difference. 15 battle heroes, that's the Top Gun, high caliber, defender, blah, 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 blah. You have the 7 commemorative achievements, which are, I think, is the lucky medal, the Spartan and whatever. And 22 epic medals, that's the Pools medal, that's the Kalabanovs, or what's the Terizaki? I cannot pronounce that Japanese guy's name. It's for killing all artillery or whatever. So pointless to get it, but it's pretty special. Still pointless. 28 special achievements, titles, pointless. 8 steps achievements, useless. And Clan Wars medal, useless. All useless. But why do you add all these JPEGs of all these medals if these are useless mostly? Other than the courageous resistance, which gives you the normal credit making capability when you lose a match. But that's pretty much it. So let's revamp it. Let's make it better. So basically, for each vehicle, destroy 1,000 enemies, you get a red paint. So you can read the list, but it gives you unlocks for the personalization. So a step reward system for dedication and milestone accomplishment for playing your favorite tanks. So you can get different paints, and once you unlock all the basic paints, you get a black paint, so making you look super special. If you get different mastery badges, you get more marks of excellence. So once you get the Ace Mastery Badge, you have a special marks of excellence with the 2 lines making you look like a general. You have your name with Elite in front of it, and a yellow font and HP bar, so similar to the bosses in Armor Warfare. If I can get a zoom. So as you can see, you can get a yellow HP bar. So signal your opponents that you're pretty good at the game or at the tank with an elite name in front of it. So Elite Sam Lockhart or Elite Hellcat driven by Sam Lockhart. Ooh, freaking awesome, right? We don't have that. Disappointing. Also, here are some examples for revamping the badges or medals. So the 15 battle heroes achievements will give you a random supply crate. So you can tier this as well, but it contains different personal reserves, consumables, credits, free XP, and maybe small amounts of gold. So the better you do, the more crates you get. So more unlocks or more gifts. More gifts. Our generosity is limitless. So yeah, awesome, right? You have the 7 commemorative achievements. So these are special emblems. So basically, Lucky unlocks a clover, Spartan unlocks a Spartan shield. Pretty awesome, right? 28 special achievements. So these are like the Hunter badge. If you kill a lot of German feline tanks, like the Panther or Tiger, you get a Predator inscription for your tank. Or if you get the Bombarder double kill, you unlock a Explosive King insignia or inscription for your tank. Pretty awesome too, right? And for the 22 epic medals, you unlock legendary camo or textures or special markings, such as a Pools medal will unlock a gold paint for your tank, or Kalabanov's medal will unlock a Rambo texture, such as getting cuts or getting all the bullet holes, all the good crap. Unlock that texture for your tank, so making getting these medals for your tank a lot better, make you stand out compared to your opponents. So here is example of potential skin. It took me 20 minutes to draw this skin, so not that difficult, and I'm not that good with artistic stuff, but as you can see, if you can drive this vehicle, on the battlefield. If your opponents could see it, then it's personalization. It makes you feel that this tank is you rather than anybody else's. So personalization and customization are pretty important for the feel of the game. Took me 20 minutes, guys. 20 minutes. All that took. But it looks pretty awesome, right? Red Tiger Stripe paint for the M551 Sheridan skin. So yeah, I'm not artistic, but let's have this. Why cannot we have this? So the major criticism is realism. Nobody wants to look at that eyesore. So tanks in real life doesn't have that skin or doesn't have that camouflage paint. But this is such a double standard quote. So you have your Clan Wars paint, you have your Wargaming Leagues paint, and your soccer paint. All are non-fictional. They don't exist in real life. You don't have a creeper-like, Minecraft creeper-like skin. In reality, you do have digital skin, but not for World War II vehicles. There's no digital camo for World War II stuff. So it's a double standards. Why couldn't we have some of the red tiger stripe paint, or blue tiger stripe paint, or fall camo, or gold camo? Fudge it, right? So some of the assets and resources are already in the game because they're already created, but they're not used. Like the red paint or the blue paint on the T62A, I believe. Yeah, they're not used. Especially the emblems, especially the little white stripes thing, not even used after the event. So wasted. I assume that making mission conditions similar to personal missions is not that hard compared to researching and making a whole new tank tree of new vehicles like the Swedes. So revamping the medals and achievements section of the game for actual dedication rewards and personalization is way more beneficial for retaining and entertaining the player base rather than introducing some new tanks. Because you will run out of tanks, and tanks are mostly the same. Like mostly, quote unquote, like AMX 30B. Playstyle is mostly like a Leopard 1, so what's the point, right? You have to grind your whole way up again for another tank? Bullcrap. So once we have such a reward system, we can add more stuff to it. So you will be able to reward special paints, special textures, and markings with tournaments and clan wars and events and stuff. Now, you will say that, oh, we are the PC master race and we can just skin mod, but you cannot show off these skins. You can show off these skins if everybody has it in their client, and they cannot turn it off unless they mod it as well. So for skin mods, you are only seeing it on your client, but for these skins, everybody is seeing it. So you can celebrate what you have done, what you have dedicated or achieved with these skins in front of everybody. So that's the main point, right? So for the double whammy, let's revamp the personalization of vehicles. So let's add a slot function to the exterior of your tank. So basically you have a slot at the beginning or at the front of your vehicle, at the sides. So for this slot, you could add a toolbox, fuel tank, maybe add a log in the front. Doesn't do much, but it looks different than anybody's other tank of the same class or same tank, right? So my T64 has a Type 64 has 2 logs at the front, where your Type 64 has 2 fuel tanks, or I don't know, whatever the crap, but it looks different, and I have a different paint. So this adds to the personalization and customization that makes you feel special and unique. So everybody is different, everybody is a unique snowflake, and makes the game a whole lot better, in my honest opinion. So it's not as complex as War Thunder's spam item on your vehicle. So in War Thunder, you can add whatever, as long as there's space, but it's kind of broken because a lot of players just add spare track links to provide as additional armor, and that's it, or bushes, because there's no highlights of the vehicle. So, oh god, that's a mess. But once the system works, once the new potentials for the slots are added, there are even more potentials to be introduced, such as different toolbox or fuel tanks. But you can also consider more stuff like additional armor, such as War Thunder's spare track links, or you can even consider adding rocket pods as additional add-on to your tank. So possibilities are endless, but you have to start somewhere, right? So true understanding of how to improve World of Tanks is very important. New tanks means nothing if the system is unfun, unrewarding, or even broken. So question to ask yourself is, why are Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 the biggest revenue earners of retail games, as well as League of Legends for the free-to-play MMO spectrum? So why do these games, why do these games, Sam, you can talk. Why do these games make a lot of money? It's because the customization, the variety, the diversity, and the rewarding system. So once you add all of this into World of Tanks, it's a lot better than just adding any tank tiers or any tech trees or whatever. It will boost World of Tanks, surpass anything. Trust me. And once you've done that, just clean up the rest. So clean up artillery, fix it, fix the matchmaking, add a reward system for toxicity and good behavior, and the game's solid, super solid. So already discussed a lot about different aspects of the game and how to improve it, but click on the little pictures to watch. So you can understand that since last year, or since the beginning of playing World of Tanks, I felt that there is a strong lack of personalization. So last year we have the emblems and inscription stuff from Rubicon. I talked a lot about it, but I said in that video is the major picture is being missed. Everybody's missing the bigger picture, which is personalization and customization is one of the most important fundamental contents of a well or profitable game. So you need to have diversity, you need to have customization in order for each and every player to feel unique. If you do not have that, people will get bored. And based on the current trend of World of Tanks, it's just new tanks and that's it. I mean, this year was supposed to be the year of the fixes. What do we get? I mean, new physics and audio are pretty nice. You get a new UI, so pretty good. But what happened to the sandbox? Forgotten, broken, super fail. So like Rubicon, the sandbox was a fail, still is a fail. So they are not, they're still denying it. So they're not saying that it's a fail, but it is. So, I mean, the simplest way of improving World of Tanks is make every tank special, make every player special, and the game's good enough. I mean, then you fix the small problems like artillery. We already talked about artillery also, so you can add a directional indicator for artillery. Boom, you fixed it. Like 70% of artillery problems are fixed. If you add a warning system like armor warfare for the current artillery, 70% of the whole problems are minimalized because you get a warning. You don't move, that's your problem. But nobody does it. I don't know why. Ego? Is your ego preventing you from copying armor warfare? I don't even know. But that's my 2 cents. So thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys get a better view on World of Tanks. But like always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Welcome to Central Bay.